books along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
It rains. Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Yes, people, good evening. Welcome back to another fan form. Sure, John Sinclair TV back again, and it's flipping hot as well. And good evening to you, Tony.
Yeah, good evening, John. It's 29 degrees here currently at the moment, and it's too bloody hot. It's going to be 35 over the weekend.
I think it'll be 35 here tomorrow, to be fair with you. You know what I mean? It's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I'm not going to complain, but you know what it is, right? I mean, it is just enjoy what you can. So it is what it is, my guys. So if you like the video, like what you see, wherever you are, then please hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. Just you know, if you're new to the channel, just hit that subscribe button. It helps us a lot. I'm 7 away from 3,300 subs. If you'd like to donate, then just give what the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p and it's so easy to do. And this is the fans forward. You can have your say. Also, send a link up there as well. If you'd like to come on, 37 people watching live. If you fancy coming on, the link is in there. Click on that and I'll get you on as well. If you haven't been on before, don't be shy. Come on, have your say. And we'll listen to you. Simple as that. And we got Cole as well. We have got Cole. Big up to you, Cole. We hope you're okay. And big up to Tom as well. Look, all these names being linked. Paqueta, Madison, Hudson-Odoi, Dieng, and Galakat as well. We have got big up to you as well for Jan. Big up to Pilar Keith. Hope you're all right, mate. Big up to Gareth as well. Loving in Cardiff tonight, over the bridge, Gareth from Usmere, and it's gorgeous, man. Big up to Gary, even to me and Tony. Big up to Lukey Luke. Good evening to you, mate. Even John, Tony. Hope you both well with the League Cup draw tandies. Who would you like for me on one Sunderland? 110%. We're smashing this time. Even everyone how's they been? It's been fine, Rachel. Hope you're fine as well. Big up to you, Pete.
All right.
Hey, Pete, all right.
Good.
Mr. Padlock of all people, how are you doing, my guy? You good?
Not too bad, but I'm absolutely dying off this heat, I've got to admit. It's just it's baking up there. It's just...
It's 29 down here, mate.
Oh.
It's baking down here.
Absolutely amazing as well. And then we've got is that my guy Chippers there?
Oh, Chippers.
Hello. Sorry, I can't really speak much. I was still hurting a bit, so I'm a bit like that.
Yeah. Well, just stay as long as you can be. You're always welcome, mate. That's why we love you on here as well. You do talk a lot of sense as well. And even to everyone, how's your day been? It's been great, mate. Hope you're fine. Big up to JS, Tony, Pete, and Sam. Let's hope some of these rumours we're hearing comes from Trump's Ramos, the Benfica striker, subject 25 million bid. Tony, we're going to start on that, right? Seriously. First of all, has anyone watched the Portuguese league? Because I don't. And I'm sure you guys don't, right? And I see yet again on social media, right, saying, go and get him, go and get him, go and get him, right? And I haven't seen this guy, yeah? But he's been linked to us, right? Multi-outlets, media outlets as well, saying that we're going to put in a 25 million quid for him, 30 million euros. Tony, who's speaking backstage. What do you think, man?
Well, if you remember last night, I said this to you last night, John, that this Portuguese journalist broke this news last night about Ramos. He did play against us. I can't remember how well he played, if I'm honest. But this boy looks a talent. He's only 21. He can play centre midfield. He can play attacking midfield, and he can play up front. So, he can play an array of positions, which should be handy for us anyway. The the news coming out of Portugal is apparently, according to the journalist who's broke this, although there's no offer yet gone in for him, he believes that Newcastle are going to put a 30 million euro bid in, which is around about 25 million for the player. Now, they're saying the manager of Benfica, it's not that he doesn't like him, he wants his own forwards. So maybe this guy could move on. Now, apparently Nottingham Forest and Wolves are also interested. Now, no disrespect to those two clubs. We should blow them two out the water, if I'm honest, with the pull we have. So, yeah, I mean, the guy's not bad. I mean, yeah, he scored a few goals. I mean, a couple of years ago, he played 4 games and scored 2 goals. That's 1 and 2, which technically for a striker isn't a bad run. I think last season he didn't do too bad last season. I think he got 7 goals overall last season. I'll just bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, last season he started 17 games out of 29 played, scored 7, assisted 1. This season he started 1 and assisted 1 goal. So yeah, not bad stats really. And like I say, at 21, he's exactly what we need in the team. We're looking for young players to come through. So why not give the guy a chance, and let's see what he can do. And I'm sure under Eddie Howe, he would flourish. So yeah, why not? It's a no-brainer in my eyes.
Fair enough.
I don't know what you think. Although I don't watch the Portuguese league, so I don't know an awful lot. You can watch YouTube clips and see he looks good on them, but I haven't actually watched him play a full 90 minutes. But I did know he got a hat-trick in the Champions League as well. So, yeah, he ain't a bad player then.
Yeah, we can't judge him after a couple of games. So, look, at the end of the day, I don't watch Portuguese leagues. If there's anyone watch Portuguese league, leave it in the comment section there and tell us how good this guy is, Gonzalo Ramos. So, leave it down there. We got to Pablo as well. Even John, Tony, hope we both well. I hope you do get Sunderland, by the way. I really do. In a future, we sign Paqueta. What would Willock do? Change position, the wing, Isaac, Ramos, and Muriel. Isaac is signing a new contract, by the way, of Sociedad on a 5-year deal. And I won't read that much, but you just have to look for that one. Ramos is better option than Dieng for me. I don't even know Dieng who he is, to be honest with you. Big up to final whistle. Ramos cannot be that good if his manager doesn't want him to put him in the starting 11 and rather play out another striker. And does this matter? We know whoever comes through the door is going to get Eddie Fat and be class. Mate, I don't know anything about this guy. And I don't watch Portuguese league. So at the end of the day, right? I mean, unless you watch the Portuguese league, and you can tell us about it. So it is what it is. Thank you for that, Mason, mate. We're coming to you in a bit, mate. Go on to Pete as well. Spot on, Tony. Got to be better than Wood. Hi, guys. Big up to Gerard, by the way. Sometimes, again, tired about rumours. Since Jalen Jackson has been linked and the others, we didn't sign anyone. What's your opinion, mate? You know what it is, right? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But what it is, it was after the Sesko from the Australian club, RB Salzburg, right? News report says it's going to be 40 million quid, 35 million quid, yeah? Wrong. It's off to RB Leipzig for 22 million quid, yeah? Nobody knows, Pete.
No, we don't know what he does and no dinner. So, but, yeah, it's just, aye.
It's ridiculous. Do you watch the Portuguese league, Pete? Because I don't.
I've seen little bits I've seen, but if we all link with this Ramos lad, and if he's available for around about that price, why not? Bargain in the transfer market, and it just hopefully pushes Wood down the pecking order as well, because definitely do with a striker. 21 years of age is very young. If he scored in the hat-trick in the Champions League as well, that fills you with a little bit of extra hope as well that this kid can possibly score goals as well. And we just need a new striker, so I think someone like him would be really good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I don't know. I know he scored twice against this year, and I don't like to see him to play more games, to be fair, but If he comes in, I will back the guy 110%. How did everyone say none of this yet? Sky Sport released this earlier, but not Paqueta or Niang on Sky yet. So who put that rumor up? So Newcastle has made it clear a right side midfielder and a striker is first. Big up to Jules, by the way. Evening to you. Thank you so much indeed. And Ramos scored twice against us in the Sabre. Yes, he did. I know that from Barca. I learned English from a book. Okay. So didn't watch Newcastle Benfica there. I did. He had a good game, yeah. You can't. The thing is, though, right, Sam. You can't pipe up a player seen him once. Say, he scored twice. He's good. Yeah. You got to see him a couple more games. I'll give you an example, right? Musa Sissoko, right? He scored twice against Chelsea, right? Everyone piped him up after that game, right? And a couple of games later, he turned out to be okay. That's some soft days. That's some good days. Go on, Chipas.
Well, let's be honest, right? If you look at it, who knew anything about Bruno before we signed him, if we're being honest? Who knew anything about even Joe Linton a few years ago before we signed him? Like, a lot of our players, we have to look on YouTube now to see, because we don't really, even Paqueta, we don't really know that much of. We'll have to watch YouTube clips or something like that, unless you watch the leagues. Obviously, the thing I'm annoyed about this story breaking is the fact that this could set off a bidding war between other clubs. It might just not involve us now. Other clubs might decide to come in for it, that, let's just say, are willing to pay more money than what we offer certain players and overprice and waste more money than we are. So that's what I'm a bit annoyed about, is that I'm annoyed that it isn't at the stage of we've bidded or a bid's been accepted or he's having a medical or whatever. It's a case of they're thinking about making a bid. Well, tomorrow could be a different story. It could be a case of someone else, like a Chelsea or something, who probably don't need him, could make a bid that's 40 or 50 million, and that's us down the shitter, really. Well, because Sky have broke a story saying that we're linked to him, and that's the thing I don't like about when they break these. I don't like it when they say linked and stuff like that. I'd rather them break a story that a bid's being made or a bid's being agreed or anything like that, because this could, like I said, this could trigger something that we don't, that like our hierarchy didn't want, which is, like I said, a bid war between other clubs. Because if he has got the potential that people are seeing, there'll be clubs already in Europe that'll want to sign him, and it'll be very hard for him to decide to come here because we're not in Europe. So we're going to lose out on a lot of players because of that factor, unfortunately.
I agree. And then this is the thing, right, with Sesko. People say, go and get Sesko. Yeah? Newcastle don't say no. They keep it quiet, right? It's as simple as that. It's stores come for their side, not for the Newcastle side. And everyone's said about Paqueta, right? You got to get him, sort of thing. Look, he's a good player. Don't get us wrong. But if you ordered a car you done months ago, Mason.
I mean, who was it again? Isco.
Yeah, Sesko. I mean, Sesko's been linked. Right? I mean, Ross linked. He's going to Leipzig. Yeah, Isco's been linked to Newcastle. Yeah, but I never believed that for a second. Let's be real, right? He looks like he's going to go to Sevilla, right? Again, right? All names being linked to every single player, right? Every single player, right? Top quality players. Yeah, they would use us, right? In my opinion, it's because to get a better contract set, etc.
I mean, obviously, I just want to praise the lad from RB for not going to Man United, because if he goes there, he's potentially going to ruin his career, like some of the players have done who have went to Man United. And if he goes to Leipzig, he'll probably want to get more game. He'll probably get more game time, but I highly doubt that. Obviously, he's went back on loan, but when he comes to the end of the season, he goes there, he'll probably be on the bench half the time because he's got Timo Werner in front of him now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I totally agree. But if anyone saw the Macy rant yesterday, my God, Tony, she was absolutely amazing, honestly. But the thing is, I was going to say, if Macy was a Newcastle fan and she ranted, I guarantee you something, our fan base would probably rip into her. And you know what? That would be totally unfair. She's got an opinion.
Yeah, Absolutely, John. She had every right to say what she said last night about her owners at Man United. I mean, obviously we had a far worse owner than what they've got. As I mentioned last night, we had 14 years of that. That's what I'm going to call it, that, because that's what he is. I don't even want to mention his name because it's not worth giving him the airtime. But yeah, he totally destroyed our club. And at least with the Man United owners, okay, when they bought the club, they took a loan out for £600 million to buy that club. And yes, they've bought players. They've spent money on players like, 55 million on Fernandes, 80 million on Maguire, who's not even worth 80 million, in my opinion. I think they got mugged there. They've spent money on just, players. But the thing is, at the end of the day, their club is still £600 million in debt to this day now. And that's the price that they paid for the club. So, obviously now in the Premier League, you can't buy a club on a leveraged deal, which is how Man United was bought, because they bought Man U like that and threw all that debt in there, the Glazers, and they've paid most of their debt off now, bar this £600 million that they paid for the club. So that's still outstanding. Same with Burnley. That's why they've gone down the pan, because they used leverage to buy their club. And like I said to you earlier, John, how on earth did Burnley get that through? And yet we couldn't get the Saudis through until a lot later on. So the whole thing stinks. And I'll tell you the reason why, John, because Burnley were never a threat to the Big Six. We are a threat to the Big Six. I've spoke to plenty of fans on the Big Six, and I'll tell you now, they're scared because they keep saying to me, oh, you'll not get this, you'll not get that. And I said, I'll tell you what it is. The only reason you're saying that is because you're scared of us. Our club is now a juggernaut, and when it starts, it's not going to stop, and we're going to steamroll past a whole lot of years. And they're scared, John, genuinely scared. And I'm talking about Chelsea fans, City fans, Liverpool fans, Man United fans, any of them out the top six. Because now they know it's not a top six, it'll end up being a top seven, as Todd Bowley said.
Well said. Brad, welcome to you, mate. How are you doing? You good?
All right, good evening, gents. Yeah, I'm all right. John, how are you?
Champion. First of all, do you watch the Portuguese league?
Do what? No. I don't, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough. We're after Gonzalo. We're after Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica. £25 million. They're going to make an offer, according to reports. Would you take him? This is the guy that scored twice against Newcastle in the Serie A Cup.
I'm not sure. I didn't see the first half of that game against Benfica, so if I'm being honest, I've not seen any clips of him or seen him play at all. So I'll be just making it up. To be honest with you, so I'm not.
Man.
But if I think he's how old? He's still quite a young player, to be fair. So
21.
Obviously, if there's some genuine interest, then they've obviously done a bit of homework on him. So based off that, it looks like we need a bit of reinforcement in that department. So if that's one of our options on the table, then and they're going for it, then I would back out. I would be 100% behind that. I can't make any comments personally. Any personal opinion on the guy.
There it is. Looks like PD has dropped out for a little bit. Let's go on to comments. Even John Lads, do you think Shelby played this last game? Heard you're going to give him a new contract if he plays 3 more games. Great show as usual, David. Thanks so much indeed. Big up to Himanshu from India. How are you doing, my guy? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, John? How's everybody doing?
Spot on, man. Spot on. Is it hot in India?
I mean, today was particularly humid. Yesterday, tomorrow it is predicted to be a little cooler, but yeah, still hot.
Beautiful. We've got to touch on this as well. John Joe Shelby. He's going to be out for a couple of months. Do you think Joe Shelby's played his last game?
I certainly hope not. He was determined to do well this season. The reports were that he went to Turkey to get his fitness up before the start of the season, and the whole month he prepared. He looked in decent shape when he came back. So I'm like, he really wants to show everybody what he's got. And to be honest, one thing I'd say about Shelby is like, whether we have been on a high or been on a low, he's stood out as our best midfielder.
So knock it off. Sorry, thank you.
So he has always stood out as our best midfielder, and he's always, I mean, like you can say, compared to where we want to be, whether he is good enough or not, but the determination that he has shown has been pretty good. So I do hope that he plays at least 3 more games, and these FFP restrictions aren't going to go away just in the next 12 months. So I hope he gets a new contract, and even if he doesn't play, then we can at least sell him for a reasonable price, and I'm sure he'll do well for a mid-table Premier League side or team in any other league.
Yeah, that's a fair comment, mate. That's a fair comment. And I've just gone for Foxy, by the way. Ramos already scored 3 in Champions League this season, scored a hat-trick, 2 assists last Friday, first game of the league at Portugal, and assist in Champions League second leg. Playing up top now, last season he was more support forward behind Darwin Núñez as well, which is a fair enough comment. And FIFA RTG said the reason Ramos didn't have a high scoring rate because of Núñez was a target man with Benfica. He was a rotational centre forward. And it's there. So nothing knows. We just have to wait and see. I agree. And I read that as well. Miggy scored twice against Benfica. It means absolutely nout. It's a friendly. And we should all put a button to that side kid from Watford. He scores bells the other indeed. Right side, and his stats are up there with the best in the Premier League. Fair comment, Stu. And let's look at this one. Is if you're saying hi to you. Newcastle has a good record with Zandagis signing maybe Dieng will be another gem. Just like we didn't do about season bar. Gordon, do you know a lot about this guy Dieng for Marseille?
I watched the highlights of League A. He's a talented young striker. I think if Newcastle get him, I think he's coming. He score goals in the Premier League.
Yeah. I mean, out of the two, I'd rather take Ramos out of the two, Ramos and Dieng as well, to be fair. But look, at the end of the day, I mean, we definitely need another forward. If Ramos comes in, I'll back the guy 110%.
Yeah. Like I say, we've got to trust these owners and anyhow, so.
Yeah, that's very true. Got one from Dieng, he's not that good. 7 goals in France means 2 in the Prem. Do you remember Riviere got 16 and he came here and did not? Be wary of the French league. Fair enough. If the player doesn't want to call, don't go, it doesn't go. As a player has choice, that's in Keith. That's a very fair shout. Got one from Newcastle with signed players who have not been in the room a meal. Paul, that's a fair comment there, by the way, miss. It really, really is. And got one here as well. Fizzy, Benfica are strong. I think they won a lot of European football. Yes, they have. Obviously, don't put him on the penalty duties. That's sad to talk about. He was always going to go to Leipzig, their own Salzburg as well. Big up to Ian, to you, mate. Hope you're okay. And BAF should buy French club and make them a feeder club. Oh, no. Even as a Seft. Why don't it look like our own team sticking to FFP, Everton, Nottingham Forest? Hoping my pieces. All right, John Tuggeroff, Ryan. How are you, mate? You good?
What's going on? Big up.
Big up, you mate. Big up. How are you doing, my guy? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
All good.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant stuff.
I'm good.
And got one for Ryan. Just mentioned the Big Six is an Infinity Stone. We acquired every single one and snapped the Premier League away in a snap. What do you mean by that, Ryan?
Well, if you guys watched Avengers, you know what I mean. The whole Infinity Saga.
No idea.
Oh, I guess you guys are too old for me then.
Bless you. Ryan, just to go back to Ramos from Benfica. I mean, would you take him from Benfica? £25 million, 30 million euros.
At this point, it's kind of like anyone better than Chris Wood. He cannot be second choice next season. And even now, two strikers for me isn't enough to compete in the Premier League. You got to have 3 minimum. And it's kind of at the point, let's just like do a bit of scouting, figure out, get like these young kids, because clearly like the more established players are way overpriced. So if he's available, go get him, I guess. But I don't know. As long as something happens.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Billy said none of the Man U fans were more about the Glaciers when they won in titles or the Champions League. It's only now because they stopped winning trophies, which they feel they're entitled to. You know what it is, Billy, mate, right? This is the worst Man United team I've seen in years and years and years. They would not go out to the glory days. And also, so I've told Macy as well. Macy agrees with this as well. It ain't going to happen. And she's also worried that Eric Ten Hag could walk for Man United. And if he does, then she thinks the club's going to be done, and she'll be done as well. That's another time. Everson hi to Ryan, Billy, Tony. It's the same with the Chelsea. Take how fast that went through, mate. Talk about the transfer, takeover, mate.
That was like 2 months or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're muted, Tony.
Sorry. Yeah, that takeover went through far too quick, didn't it? And amazing how quick that went through, considering ours took 18 months to go through.
Exactly.
As I said to you earlier on, John, the thing was, until Gary Hoffman walked into the Premier League, there was no red flags. But as soon as he stepped foot in there, the red flags appeared. All because him and Richard Keys stand together on the terraces of Coventry City, and they're as thick as thieves. And then all these rumours were coming out from Richard Keys about the takeover and all this. So, yeah, it's amazing how the big six can sort of get what they want, but other clubs suffer.
Exactly. Went so quickly. It's just a joke, man. It's an absolute joke. We've got the takeover now, but come on. It's ridiculous, man. Go on.
Probably, John. I'll tell you why the Chelsea takeover probably went through, because half of them MPs in House of Parliament support Chelsea, and that's probably why it went through quickly, because they didn't want to see that club go under.
I think what was being fed to us from Chelsea was Roman Abramovich will be a dead man if he doesn't sell by this date, and he's got to sell right away. Rather, as Mike Ashley had all, he could have held on to Newcastle ever long he wanted.
Exactly.
He could have done.
I mean,
I agree with you there, Ryan. But had it been Newcastle, it would take months and months and years before we get a takeover. But what do you know? They look after the top six, don't they? Simple as that.
The thing is, as well, John, where's that £3 billion gone that's been given to them? I bet you it's gone straight back to Abramovich, because it'll not have gone anywhere else. So there were the bullets when they've said, "Oh, it can't go to Abramovich." Well, of course, it's gone straight back to him, man.
The money doesn't go back to Abramovich; it goes to charity. Whatever he makes goes to charity. He doesn't see a penny of that, Sam.
John, I think that's bollocks. I'm not being funny, but I think that's bollocks. I think it's gone straight back. He wouldn't walk away from a club and not get a penny. He wouldn't do that.
Something dodgy about it. Definitely. I mean, I agree with you, Sam. I totally agree with you, mate. Because you wouldn't sell a club for $3 billion and not want the $3 billion in your back pocket, would you? So,
exactly.
I mean, when the Abramovich thing happened, when he got sanctioned, a guy I know who's a Chelsea fan, he was in the shop at the time going to buy something at the tills, and they said, "Oh, sorry, you can't buy that now. The club's been sanctioned. We're not allowed to sell anything. You've got to get out and lock the store up."
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Tangi saying, "Hang on, this guy Ramos scores a hat-trick in the Champions League, qualified against Midtjylland from Denmark, and now Benfica can demand 30 million euros after selling Nunez to Liverpool. I'm skeptical."
They're probably, after selling Nunez, they probably want to finesse clubs and get them to overpay for any single player from them now. Not just that, but I guess Ruben Diaz as well left Benfica. I can't think of anyone else, but they're definitely like a top selling club like that's out there.
No, they have sold a lot of players. João Felix.
Oh yeah, João Felix. I forgot.
What his name was? David Luiz is one. They have
Di Maria. Yeah.
Di Maria, yeah. And they also had one left back, Fabio Contrao, who was sold to Real Madrid. And there have been a lot of players. João Mario, I think, was at Benfica, was it? So I was actually looking at a photo on Twitter earlier today where it was like they have bought in players worth 5 million and sold them for a combined
Oh
fee of
yeah,
46 million.
it's like
So I
them
mean,
and Ajax, them Lille and Ajax that are selling clubs, or they sell like for a lot of money.
going back to Gonzalo
Dortmund too.
Ramos.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, go on.
No, I'm done.
I was just saying, like, I think Gonzalo Ramos had a good game at Anfield last season as well. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But he had a decent game at Anfield as well last season when they were knocked out by Liverpool.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
and they probably, after selling Nunez, they don't want to sell Ramos as well. They are probably counting on him for
Yeah.
this season. And we have gone late in the window, so they'd probably overcharge. Plus Newcastle tax, don't
I'll
forget.
tell you what's promising today. Seeing Callum Hudson-Odoi link from the Athletic. I'll take him in a heartbeat.
Pulisic has been linked as well. And having seen a lot of Pulisic at Dortmund, Pulisic would be my first choice. But Hudson-Odoi is very good as well. But one thing about Hudson-Odoi is he recently, not recently, but like 2 or 3 years ago, he signed a contract which, according to reports, his wages were around 175,000 a week. So
How
I'm
much?
not sure. 175,000.
Okay. That's
Fair
not
enough.
I
bad.
could be. I mean, like these were only reports. I
I'll
don't
take him
know.
on loan though. I'll say that. Just loan at first.
You'll have to
Yeah.
lose a bit of weight, though. He's put a bit of weight on, hasn't he, Hudson-Odoi?
He has. I've noticed.
Really?
I've noticed that.
I would take Pulisic, though, in a heartbeat, because, I mean,
He's good.
he just doesn't get the game time at Chelsea, but if there's a chance of getting him on loan, why not? Right winger.
Yeah.
I think he does. It's just he's probably not up to Chelsea level, but he's still a good player. Like if we bought him.
Big up to him, by the way. Yeah, the thing is, right, I mean, I think Hudson-Odoi probably end up going to Germany, probably end up to Borussia Dortmund. He's been linked to them as well a couple of years ago. And look, at the end of the day, right, I mean, would I take Hudson-Odoi? It's a hard one, really, because he hasn't played much games. He only played some like 67 games in 5 years. That ain't enough, though, isn't it, Pete?
No, it's not really, is it? But plus, he's picked up a lot of injuries, hasn't he?
Yeah, the bad Achilles injury as well.
I'll check.
Got one from Steven as well. Sunderland losing, by the way, against Sheffield Wednesday, 1-0, by the way. So,
Come on, the Owls.
Yeah. So this one for Stephen, right? I mean, John, this is the worst Man U team for years, but how good is it to watch Man U be so terrible? Long may continue. The more mystery they suffer, the sweeter the taste. And that's from Stephen. Obviously, he does not like United. Ramos 9 goals in 15, Portugal in 19, 14 goals in 18, 21s. Remember, Ekiteke, who everyone loved, 0 goals in 6 French under-20 league games. Well, Mason, what do you think of those stats, mate?
Them stats look decent for obviously a 21-year-old who's progressing at Benfica, and obviously compare him to Ekiteke. Ramos has played more. I think Ramos has played more compared to Ekiteke, and if we get Ramos in, by the looks of stats, I think he'll progress if he comes to a better league than the Portuguese league, in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think of those stats, though, Ryan? Go on, Ryan. Go, Ryan. Then go, Brad.
9 goals. See, the thing is that I feel like a lot of people write off the younger talent. It's like they don't score enough goals, but like you give them more experience and like you watch them play more often, you can actually make an opinion and say like they'll score more goals, they'll get better. I haven't watched Ramos personally, but it could improve. It can't. I don't know, but if the club are willing to buy him, then I've got faith in them. And especially since he won't come in straight away and play like Callum Wilson will play, and he'll probably be integrated and phased into the team gradually over time.
Yeah, that's fair shout. And Brad, I mean, those stats there. I know you didn't watch him, but would you be impressed with those stats from Ramos?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that he's scoring goals at whatever levels certainly gives you an indication. But I think at that age, it's probably not worth looking into too much, even if he hadn't scored many goals, because more important thing at a younger age is probably how he is as a character and how he's gonna, what sort of his attitude on the pitch and seeing potential that way. Because at the end of the day, should have a long career ahead of him somewhere. So you would think that if we've seen some good qualities in him, then I would back the I'll back the club 100% if we do end up signing him. But yeah, without seeing him personally, I'm not sure. But I'm sure he's ticking them sort of boxes, or we wouldn't really have any sort of. Or if reports are true, I don't think we'd be taking much interest if he wasn't. If they weren't hearing that he was going to be a good character and working hard and fit into the team, because even at a 21-year-old, he's not going to be our starter, but he's going to be expected to input to the team quite significantly, and he might even end up playing more game time than expected. But I think that's the best thing in a way, really, because the sooner it's important that we get younger players integrated into the team, and to have people settled in for the future. That's going to be a big thing, especially over the next 4 or 5 seasons, because we want to keep a lot of our squad together rather than chopping and changing every season. So if you can have a good group of half a dozen players of that sort of quality, and even coming up from the youth team, at least we know we've got that structure in place, and these people are only going to get better and better for us, and hopefully stick around at the club.
Yeah, that's a fair shout, man. Ryan, if you had to pick your ventures team for Newcastle, who would they be and why?
I don't really know what that question means. If he's talking about like Marvel characters, then full 11, it'd be hard to say. I'd definitely have like a front three of Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America.
Yeah, fair enough. There's your answer there, David. Anyone else worried? What happens if Bruno gets injured? Who's on number 6 with no Shelby? That's
We're
a good
screwed
question.
if he gets injured. We're
I
screwed.
think we are. 100%. And do you agree with that there, Heman?
I actually think if Shelby's out injured for next 3 months, and if someone else gets injured, then I think obviously we don't want getting Bruno injured, but I think Howe will change formation to 4-2-3-1, and he'll take it from there. There's Willock, Longstaff, and who else? Joe Linton. 3 players for like 3 spots is just way too thin for. I think he'll probably change the squad, but no doubt if Bruno gets injured, then we are very short, and as someone said, screwed.
Would be knackered if he gets injured, sort of thing. So we need to look after him big time. I'm not doubting Ramos is young talent, but at 30 mil, I just feel that Benfica, after selling Nunes and Diaz for a lot of money, it's like, who else has money?
Diaz was from Porto, though.
Yeah.
We're certainly not.
But do you think Benfica? I think Sam said earlier on, you need to be careful. There could be a bidding war, Tony. Do you think there'd be a bidding war for this lad? Because PSG wants him as well now.
Well, it's a rumor that PSG want him, but we've not actually seen that rumor. The only rumors we've actually seen is ourselves, Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers, which, like I said earlier, we can blow them two out the water and sign them ahead of them two. The thing is, on the fee wise, it's about the going rate you pay for a young player anyway, if he's an up-and-coming talent as well. So if you want to buy a decent up-and-coming young player, you're going to have to pay the money for him. I mean, Joe Felix, he went for a hell of a lot of money, didn't he? So, and he was only, 21? So, yeah, you pay that for young players. But if we get him in, say, for instance, Ramos, for, say, 25 million, he won't be a starter straight away. He'll be sitting on the bench. You'll be doing what Botman's doing. You'll do what Bruno done, sat on the bench to get up to the speed of the Premier League. and then he'll be introduced, maybe as a starter, and maybe like a cup game or something. But then he'll get his chance. So you've got to bed these players in. And if he comes in and scores, even if he comes in, say Wilson's out for, say, a month or something, and he comes in, bangs a couple of goals in that month, but over the season, say, bangs in, say 7 or 8 goals, at least he's chipped in, and it just pushes us a little bit higher as well, because we're adding goals to the team. Hence why we're looking, obviously, at midfielders as well, who can score goals. That's why we looked at Madison. Obviously, I don't think that's going anywhere. We're looking, obviously, at Paqueta, as we're led to believe at the moment. So we are looking for players who can come in, be creative, and also attack-minded, score goals and assist. And that's what Eddie Howe wants in the team. He even wants centre-half scoring. I mean, you know, if teams want to keep giving Fabian Schär the space like Forest gave him and like Burnley's gave him, then let him have a pop, because he'll put that in 9 times out of 10. And like I said the other day, that goal against Forest was exactly a carbon copy of the one he scored against Burnley 3 years ago, which actually got goal of the month 3 years ago as well.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Got 99 people watching live, 100 people watching live as I speak. And please keep smashing them up, man. Keep those thumbs up as well. Helps the channel a great deal. If you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button. If you like to subscribe to my channel, then it's easy. Just click on subscribe. If you like to become a member, then click on the join button. If you like to super chat us, then just give what you can with the channel is worth. So yeah, good words from Stu there. Just got there. Stu to relax and trust all that to be doing everything they can for the club. We are far from done in the transfer market. At least 2 or 3 signings. Chippers, what do you make of that comment there?
Yeah, I think we need a couple still. I still think we need that second striker for when Wilson's injured, and either another centre midfielder with Shelby being injured or a right winger. I think we'll not get all 3. I think we'll maybe get 2, but not all 3. To be honest, I think we can manage till January without a right winger. I'd rather get Shelby's position covered. I know Bruno won't play it, but I think it's still taking away a lot of his capabilities attacking wise if he's not sort of, he's taking away his goal scoring abilities that we all know he's capable of. Although on Saturday, I think he played Shelby's role. Just I thought he was outstanding playing that role where everything was just going through him. Unlike some people who thought he was a 7 out of 10, but yeah,
I don't think I could go another. Sorry, I don't think I could go another half season with seeing Murphy and Fraser as right winners. Like, I know Miggy starts this one, but he's more of a 10. Like, he starts as a right winger, like on the team sheet, but as the game goes on, he plays more in the middle, I find.
I was just going to say, Ryan, I think despite Miggy having a good pre-season, he should have had 2 goals, I think, on Saturday. The first one, when the ball came across the box, and he dummied it really because he wanted to hit with his left foot. Well, the pace was on the ball from St. Maximum. If you just stick your right foot on it, it goes in. And the second one, he does the hard part where he skins 2-3 players and lays it at St. Maximum instead of shooting because you were in front of goal. So
yeah, I remember that. People talk about what happens if. Like, we all talk about if Wilson's injured, we're screwed. What about if ASM or Almiron get injured? Like, we are screwed. The backups are not good enough.
Agree. Yeah. I can't go in the season, part of the season, Jacob Murphy.
It's bad that, like, it's good and bad that ASM's been automatic starter since he's joined the club. Like, I don't think we should try and get him I think not yet getting a left winger, like someone to compete with Maxi. I think we just need to actually like fill out the other position first, because most games like maybe a bit during Eddie Howe's reign, not as much now, but like everything was coming from the left side, and that's why he's getting triple teamed or like 4-man marked against him. Like, it's not sustainable anymore. That's why you need to like address the other side.
Great, I agree with you, Ryan. I've got one here from Revenger. Do you think Chelsea will sell Pulisic? I doubt it very much. Ian said we need Botman in for the City game. Yes, 100%. Stu saying Pasquetta Boone Julian is a gene refill for credit for getting, man. And before coming to Mason, go on, Mason, you got something to say, mate?
Touching on the Ramos situation, with him being linked with Nottingham Forest, I don't know why, because they've been linked with because I think they want Dennis on a loan. But if they want to get both in, that's fine with that one. With Wolves, they've got plenty of forwards up there. They've got Guedes, Hechan, and Pondes, and they've got plenty of forward line. But when Newcastle only got Wilson to rely on, so why does Forest and Wolves need him? It just doesn't understand. But I just hope Newcastle can get him. But if he goes to Nottingham Forest or Wolves, that'll just baffle us, in my opinion.
The one is right. I mean, I don't want to have a go on, but I've backed these owners, so I've got their judgment, right? But Forest has done 88 million, right? Wolves again, good players coming in, yeah. But at the end of the day, right, all these clubs like Forest, I tell you what, they're going to be in big trouble with Brad this season. They get the squad wrong. Steve Cooper, I like him, but I feel for him, man. But he doesn't need all these players, surely not.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? They've sort of put themselves in a position because of the way they were in the Championship. They didn't really have the Championship season. They were struggling at the start, and they managed to turn it around and get promoted via the playoffs. Penalty shootouts got them through, so it could have gone either way. Could have been themselves or Huddersfield, but at the end of the season, they knew that there was quite a number of players that were either going to be looking to renew contracts and leaving, or loan players returning to the parent clubs and stuff. So, but I'm really surprised that the fact that although they've had to bring in quite a significant number of players, I think they're on about 11 or 12 now. I didn't expect them to spend as much as they have done, because it's always a huge risk. So, but I suppose in a way they're just gonna have a go, but then if they do go down, there could be big problems there for them. But I suppose they're just gonna go all out at it and just hope that doesn't happen. So they've attracted quite a few players. A few of them could turn out good for them. We just don't know. But if they don't, yeah, they're gonna be in trouble. And then you see, we'll see how it goes. But I feel that at the end of the day, quality over quantity is important sometimes, and we should get another couple of editions in the end. And people like teams like Forest, etc., will be in the rearview mirror for us, and we'll be streets ahead of them. So I'm confident of that one.
100%.
John, can I just add to it as well? People still slag the owners off and all that for business, and that's their thing. But you need to look at it on Saturday. We could have had Lingard and Henderson in our team, and to me, they
trust those opinions you see online.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but $100,000 a week for Lingard, and he didn't even break sweat on Saturday. That's how bad he was. And then you've got Henderson, although he kept Forest in the game, his distribution was dreadful, and that's why we were supposedly after him for his distribution.
Yeah.
So we could easily be $300,000 worse off if we had got them two players in. So just remember, people need to remember that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm with you, man. That's a fair comment. It's a fair comment. Maybe so as well. I wouldn't have a go at Newcastle. I'll never ever have a go at the owners, right? I trust 100%. But I was just having a go at Forest and saying, why do all these players? Why?
I looked at you look at Lingard in that game, and you just sort of look at him and think, well, if that's what you want to do, then crack on, because you're better off there than being at Newcastle, because I think it just tells you all you need to know about the guy. So, again, talk about dodging a bullet. I think we have done, and in terms of Henderson, it might prove that when the people that we've got at the club aren't daft, and if there was doubts over him, obviously we've decided against it, and there's always going to be a good reason why we don't go for players. So, although people like get this, get him, get that, sometimes it's best just. Sometimes it seems like a bad decision at the time, but look down the line, 6-12 months, and everyone will realise that we've made the right decisions, or at least had the best possible attempt at it, because not everything's going to work out perfectly, but at least try and avoid the bad eggs and do the best we can to keep the squad happy.
Can I just say one thing about Lingard?
Go for it, man.
I just say about Lingard, I'm like, he's nearly 30, 29 or 30. And I'm like, have we ever seen him doing well for a consistent period of time over, like, let's say, last 7 or 8 years, apart from that 6 months at West Ham? He hasn't done anything to justify those wages. I'm like, I would be I am all ears if you have seen him do well, may have done well at Derby County when he was there there on loan, but has he ever done anything to even warrant a rumor apart from that 6 month spell at West Ham? I'm like, I mean, it's as was said, like it's a bullet dodged, and I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think I just want to go back to with what Sam was saying about Henderson, why we obviously it was weird because when Dan Ashworth came in, all of a sudden the Henderson deal was binned. But on Saturday, if you look at between Henderson and Pope, I thought Pope was much better in distribution than what Henderson was. And with Pope as well, no disrespect to Dubravka as well, which I think a lot of other people might agree with me, is Pope was distributing that ball a hell of a lot quicker than what Dubravka does. Dubravka waits to look for spaces where Pope throw it straight out or kick it straight out. He seems to got his distribution spot on.
Yeah, I have to agree, man. I'm gonna have to agree because Nick Pope's gonna get better and better and better for us as well. And I like Nick Pope, by the way. I mean, he's calmed on the ball, his catches is great, and he's just got a bit of a book violent brain as well. He doesn't waste the ball. I think he's fantastic. I think he'd be lovely continuing Nick Pope. Stefan, what's loaned out? Lewis loaned out. Federico. It looks like Eddie like Richie and Dummett. For four keepers and Martin don't go. Maybe Gillespie loaned out. What do you think, John Panel? For me personally, I think Gillespie needs to go out on loan. I don't really want Dubravka to go, but if he wants to leave the club, then I wish him all the best on it as well. Federico is still at the club. Jamal Lewis, I don't think he. Because on TV off, please, doing the copyrights. Thank you. And Kellen Watts will probably get another loan move, I think. Pete, what do you think of that, mate?
It wouldn't surprise me if Watts was to go out on loan. Again, if Dubravka wants to go, because if he does rumours that he doesn't want to be number 2, then fair play, because we've got ourselves an England goalkeeper in now who is going to get back into who's going to bring it to the World Cup side. So, in terms of Lewis, I think I wouldn't mind seeing him as backup for Target.
Same.
I don't think Dummett has pace for left back now.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. Spacebar Lee Chandley, he's back in football with Forest, will have nosebleed when he sees how much Forest has spent in this window, Ryan.
Oh God, yeah. I don't know. That was a bit funny when I saw Lee Charnley going to non-Forest, but kind of like what Steve Bruce at West Brom. Like he kind of just laugh at it first, but seems like people keep going on about it. Like I don't really care. Like they're kind of in the past now.
Yeah, history books.
Crazy, isn't it? I'll tell you what, though. Good luck, Forest fans, because
it's more players that maybe I'd have more interest about, but these are just guys they're just staff of the club, behind the scenes people. Nah.
The thing can I just quickly add to it?
Yeah.
Sorry for butting in. Sorry, it's just after the question is if we were told that Lee Charlie knows nothing about football, what does that say to you about the Nottingham Forest owners if they're hiring somebody who knows nothing about football? Remember when Keegan said that, when Ashley was here, that Charlie, Lambias, and all that know nothing about football. Why are they hiring somebody who knows nothing about football? Does that say to me the owners don't know anything about football? They're just buying people for the sake of it, and they're just buying anything. They're throwing their money just to try and steal. And that says to me that they could be in a bit of bother because Charlie was dreadful and he was here. He was absolutely awful, and I'm sorry, but that just I would not be inspired by that appointment at all.
Apparently, the role he's doing, Charnley at Forest, it's a consultancy role to help them with that transition back into the Premier League. That's apparently his job title, helping them back into the Premier League, like he did with us. Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't sound like
How long before Dennis Wise turns up there?
Yeah, with his YouTube videos and says, "Oh, let's go and get that player. I've just watched him for 3 minutes."
We'll go and get Ali Diaz number 2. We'll go and get Cisco 2.0.
Yeah.
God.
Talking about Dennis Wise, I was like once again on Twitter looking at. He is now sporting director at Italian second division side Como, and he has now somehow convinced Cesc Fabregas to join him at or the team at Como. I mean, I don't know if anyone has seen or not.
I hope Como do well this season. I really do, because look, Como is not very far from Milan. I think they got to Serie A. I think there'll be lots of Milanese will go to Como as well. Smash the little club as well. John, if we're trying to sign future stars, why didn't Newcastle not go for Amadou Onana? He's at Everton, the club with FFP problems. He was amazing last season. 33 million quid they forked out for this guy. And yeah, what can I say, Tony? Oh, sorry, Ryan. Now I'll go with Tony.
I don't know. I mean, I've never watched the guy play. Like, I think if he's going for that amount of money, I feel like I think Everton might have got a decent player. I think their midfield is dire as it is. You got Decore, Andre Gomes, Tom Davies. Like, I think they got a decent player in there too. So we'll see how
They're
it goes.
also signing Gay Ghana, Idrissa Gay again. They're signing.
Oh, Idrissa Gay is way better than everyone they've got too. So I guess it's a bit of a bonus for Everton, but I still think they're going to struggle pretty hard this year. I think you could have all the ability in the world, but if you don't have it mentally, like you can't compete. Everton were going to be that team last year being relegated because they had the players, but no one was up for the fight almost till the end, where they're just winning games.
Oh, great, man. Tony, Everton's forked out 33 million quid on Onana. I'm shocked because of the FFP problems they've got. They've spent that sort of money.
Obviously, they're using Richarlison money that they got from Spurs. That's whether Spurs paid that all up front or in installments. We don't know. We don't know how they're paying for Onana. Maybe they're paying that in installments. Don't know too much about the lad. I'm just having a look at his stats here, John. He can play with both feet. He's 6'5", 20-year-old. Last season, he started 11 games and played 32 in total. He only scored 1 goal all season and has he's created 3 big chances and has 26.9 touches per game. Premier League's a totally different league. I think he's going to struggle, if I'm honest, John. You know, he's going to struggle big time. And, you know, you see, at least with our owners, at least they've got a bit of savvy. They look into the players, and we're not just jumping in for players willy-nilly, basically. You know, look at Bruno. I mean, he was an unknown quantity.
Sure,
you know, and he was just a surprise because it just come out the blue that we were going for him. And then to even join us when we were in the relegation zone, you know, in the bottom 3, even better again. And look how he's turned out. Fantastic.
Superstar.
You know, if he's and we got him for 40 million, and basically what Everton's paying for this Onana, you know, it's and I just look at that and think this is why Everton's in so much shit and trouble with FFP, because they just buy players for the sake of buying players. And the thing is, if you look at this season, I've got them tipped for relegation, and I'll tell you why they're going to get relegated. Because they've got no Calvert-Lewin, they've got Rondon up front, who will not do much for them. They've got an aging defence, because you've got Tarkowski in there, who's 29. You've got Seamus Coleman, who should be in the retirement home by now, who can't even get up and down the pitch. They've got Mina, who's just been injured as well. Godfrey's out. They've got big problems. And
got Colin Cordy.
Yeah, that's nothing, John. How the hell did they get him on loan? There's something stinks about that deal because they've gotten that on loan because of FFP. And how the hell have Wolves done this? Because it's just something stinks there. It's like they've done something on a mate's rate sort of thing, like a backhander sort of thing. Yeah, to say, well, look, you can have them on loan with the option to buy, so we'll help you with your FFP. But I don't even think Connor Cody will save them, if I'm honest. And plus, I'm surprised Cody went there. He's a Liverpool fan.
Exactly.
We should have been all over that. If there was a chance of Cody coming in on loan, we should have took him on loan, got rid of Lascelles. Because I would.
The only thing I'll say is Cody's 29 though, isn't he? He's 30 this year, so that's
a weird
I think if you look though as well, 4 their back 5 or 30 are over. So I'm sorry, but
yeah.
It's like having your grandmas and grandpas and granddads all up playing in defence, isn't it? For the Premier League, it's too much. People with pace are just going to walk past them, like ESM will just walk past them.
Oh,
Everton Villa are the 2 retirement homes in the Premier League.
Yeah. Someone put a good comment the other day. I forget where I saw it, but like the whole media, everyone's hyping up this Gerrard against Lampard this weekend rather than Howe against Graham Potter, where it's like the best 2 England managers. You know what? Too, I think Villa fans I think they're not happy, and I think whoever was saying Gerrard is could be the first to be sacked. I think I'm with you on there almost.
Okay. Just got one comment from Jules as well. She made a very good comment as well, if I get it up there. Who amongst the fan base knows who we are and haven't been in for or are in for? Only the club knows. Have faith in the process or trust the process. Also, you may have to change our minds on certain players. That's a very good comment there, Jules. You know what I mean? Yeah. We need to be patient. I think she's right, But back on Cody, I'm just not happy at all. Him going to Everton, man. He deserves better than that. We should be
get the Rafa treatment.
What's that?
He'll get Rafa treatment because he's a Liverpool fan.
He will. He will. He will. Some fans seem to have forgotten that since October, everything Newcastle has done has been a miracle, and we will continue the miracle over the next years. Gary, I agree, man. And got one from Geordie. He's talked about Watts such as operation. Then in Jan, when Watts is ready loaned, you should probably get loaned out again. Would you take Gomez and Valencia? He's young, so-called next Suarez. Which Gomez is that? Papi Gomez? No, Papi Gomez is Sevilla. Maxi Gomez and Valencia.
The guy's in his mid-20s. If he's going to be the next Suarez, he'd be playing at top level, scoring goals for fun, not for me.
Yeah. And that's why he's playing Valencia at the moment in time. But I don't know a great deal about Maxi Gomez. But what I do know is he's a Uruguayan international. And it's a centre forward. And he used to play for Celta Vigo. And he went to Valencia. West Ham United wanted him as well. But he decided to stop in Spain. I'm tempted to jump on here, John.
Come on, Ian, jump on.
Jump on,
come on, Ian, get yourself on. You want to come on.
Come on, Paqueta.
Let's see what he says. Agreed to as we're signing in. This season already feels special. You can feel the shackles that's come off around the whole club and city. All of us and together, and the owners, managers, staff, players, and families in it together. Pete, what do you think of our style of play under Eddie Howe this season? We played that. I thought we were fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we dominated the first game from start to finish. West Ham just couldn't get at us. We should have probably scored in the first half, I must admit. But second half, you knew the goals were going to come, didn't you? But again, that's what the players are there to do. They listen to Eddie Howe's, what he sets up for them to do before the game. And, they just want to play for him. They're listening to what he's doing. And look at what we're doing on the pitch now.
Yeah, I think the Shacks are off and who just enjoying playing football as well. And just an off-topic, FFP, with all eyes on Newcastle. Why haven't UEFA said anything about Barcelona? I'm not surprised. It's just an absolute banter club at the minute, Barca. It really is. Tangi and Chelsea like to spend as much as they like, because the revenue. So it doesn't matter if you can't cash to spend. The cartel decides who can spend because UEFA has blocked this. I totally agree. Everton and Pearl, tell me how they treated Dunk. He should have had a bigger chance to undefeated games. That's St Andrew, Man United, and they don't want to be us. Look at this one as well. Onana's overpriced, but will improve Everton in that midfield. They need legs there for a while, and Alan can't get around the pitch. He's only 20. Alan's 30 as well. Damsgaard for 13 million. Watching for Sampdoria. That guy is absolutely brilliant. Yep. Jump on in if you can, mate. That'd be fantastic. Evening to John and the rest of us. Luke. No problem, Ryan, mate. Listen, Ryan, you take care, man. And I'll see you soon.
All right, see you
guys.
See you later.
See you later. Top guy he is. I love him to bits. And Ryan says, I would like it is. Big up the Luke D, by the way. Even to you, mate. Really feels off Shelby. This was his last season in peak condition and surrounded by quality. And lucky he should get a contract extension. Plenty of fuel in that tank. Cool.
He's got to get 3 games, isn't he, before he gets the extension?
Exactly. That's what he's going to get, and he'll probably get
John,
that as well. Yeah.
What do you make of the Barcelona situation? Well, Chelsea now want Frankie de Jong and Aubameyang. Barcelona can't sign Lewandowski yet because they can't get his registration through. Strange one, isn't it? And that want to sign Bernardo Silva from City, so I don't know how they're going to sign him either.
Does that mean Chelsea aren't going back for Fofana and we could go back for Maddison?
Apparently Chelsea's going back for Fofana as well with another bid.
Well, I don't think they'll get Fofana and De Jong for the same position. They'll probably get one of them, but not both of them.
Yeah, I agree. Because the thing is, Barcelona's not allowed to register any more players at the moment.
I don't know how they've been allowed to do that. Like, how they've agreed fees with clubs when they can't sign players. And apparently I've seen tonight that, what's he called? Is it Kessie and the Christiansen can go on possibly a free transfer. Yeah, can leave on free transfers at the weekend if they don't get registered. So,
do you know what it is, Sam? I would take Kessie in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd take both of them for free transfers.
John will know all about him anyway.
He plays at Atalanta, right? He plays as a 10 role, yeah. Gangly legs, sort of thing, 6 foot. And he can tackle, he can dictate the play, he can make those crossfield passes. His penalty takers is fantastic. He missed a one or two before mine, but look, at the end of the day, if you put Kessie in a midfield 3 alongside Joe Linton and also Bruno, I tell you what, that midfield will be set. He scored the second goal. I think he scored the winning the third goals against Sassuolo, which actually won AC Milan the Scudetto. Sorry, Chippers, I had to get that one in, by the way. Thank you very much.
Can I just say as well, John, surely, right, if they can't register players and like that, these players still play are still registered at their former clubs, because who are they registered for if they can't register for Barcelona? Are they free agents or?
Good point, Sam. Good point. Yeah.
Good point,
like
Sam.
Lewandowski, is he a freebie Lewandowski? Because if he is, get him in.
Yeah, that is absolutely interesting, man. I mean, it's very, very interesting. I think Barcelona's in a mess. People, they're in a mess. They really are. Where they start, and the season starts next week or so. Yeah, but they need to fix up very quickly.
Can I come in?
Go for it, man.
Oh, sorry, John.
Yeah, go for it.
Obviously, I've seen about Christiansen and the lad from Atlanta. If we manage to get them to win, who would you sell? Who would you sell from their positions, like at Newcastle?
What if who comes in?
Christiansen and the lad from Atlanta. Like if we get like one of them, who would you sell?
Well, he's going to play on the right hand side. If you talk about Luis Muriel, he'll play on the right hand side. I get rid of Murphy straight away.
He's a left winger, John.
Now you can play right as well. You can play left. You can play right. You can play as a 10 as well. You can also play up front, so you can play anywhere along the line. So I'm watching enough, and you know he's quick, so play anywhere. But he can play left, mainly the left hand side and cutting side. But Look, this is the thing, right? I'll definitely take Lewis Muriel. No problems at all whatsoever. I think he's going to be fantastic for Newcastle, even at 31 years old, and he's looking after himself as well. He tracks back as well. When he loses the ball, he works hard for the team. And big up Lewis Muriel if he does come. So we should see.
Well, the Chronicle are reporting 12.6 million that we're close to signing him. So, you know.
Do you believe
I don't believe the Chronicle, though. That's the thing,
don't.
John. I don't believe them. You know, the Chronicle will probably say somebody's flying to the moon tomorrow, and I wouldn't believe them. So, yeah. But, yeah,
Exactly.
So we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Absolutely. And I've got one here from Foxy. Surely so waiting for a payment start of September for Rafinha as well. Rafinha owed you 30k a week. He's on 30k a week. Wow.
Something's dodgy there.
Advice for gigs when it gets into it, don't drink the apple juice. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Ryan Giggs on the channel. I see what you mean, Tom. No, second what you mean, mate. And yeah, class. We're going to talk about Saturday's game. We're going to bring to Brighton at the Amex. I'll start with you, Tony. We're going to do, I'm trying to get a Brighton fan onto my neat, so I think I found him. So he'll be onto my neat. And what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be a 4-3-3. We know that. Can you see Sven Botman coming in the squad on Saturday against Brighton?
To be honest, I don't think he will play. I think he'll be on the bench again. I think Eddie's going to do to Sven Botman what he's done to Bruno, keep him on the bench for a few games, bring him on for a few minutes here and there to get him up to speed with the Premier League. So I think he'll stick with Shaw and Byrne at the back, along with Trippier and Target. I don't think he'll make any changes to the team unless we get a new signing by the weekend, but I don't think that would even getting the. I don't think a new sign would walk straight into the team anyway. I think it'll be a same unchanged lineup.
Yeah.
And last season we were unlucky not to win at Brighton when we should have won, when Wilson was assaulted basically by Robert Sanchez, who he was taken out. And Sanchez got the red card and got sent off. And unfortunately, that was the game where when Shelby got that free kick, he should have tested Duncan the goal.
Take care, Brad. Sorry. Take care, Brad, man. See you in a few days.
Yes. See you guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
That's where Shelby had that free kick. Instead of testing a defender in goal, he put it right over the bar, if you remember. So we were close last year with him. I can see it being another close game, but this time I think we can edge it 2-1. So I'm going to see 2-1 Newcastle. And Wilson will score on Saturday along with Bruno.
Okay, good choice there. Ian, big up to you, Ian, my guy. You okay? First time.
John. First
yes,
time
Ian.
I'm a John Sinclair virgin.
Yay! I've been going to say my name half brother for a minute, like, you know. But,
no, I'll never forget your name. You got me and Tommy tickets, man. Don't worry about
that. I did, man. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. 1-2.
Yeah, no, Tommy Stills, he's like, oh, did you watch John Sinclair the other day? I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, yeah, he's your pal, mate. I'm telling you.
He is indeed. Big up. Right.
So the thoughts on stuff. I just thought I'd jump on anyway, John, because you invited us on loads, and I've not been jumping on that much to stuff.
No,
I tried last night on Team Review, but I don't know what was going on with my connection. It was rubbish. I did well then, didn't I, Chippers? I was just about to swear then. Well, I did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
I can't believe you didn't swear. I can't believe you didn't.
No. I've been told I swear too much, so I'll not swear anymore. So I actually think that we will. I might be wrong here, and I'm quite often wrong, but I think we'll stuff them. In all honesty, I think we are actually a much better team. Player for player, I think we are a better team, and the way that we've galvanised together, I think we're better, even as we are now. Jumping back a long way to what you were talking about before when I was in the chat, how Miggy didn't just stick his right foot out, and it was literally a tap in. That was ridiculous. But for me, Miggy is, if we don't get a new right winger, Miggy brings, even though he's got no right foot, and I think that's a mental thing. I think that he literally has a mental block against hitting the ball with his right foot, like Joe Linton does when he's inside the box. Joe Linton can strike a ball from outside the box, but struggles inside. You know what I mean? And I think it's all a mental thing, and I think that can be taught out of him. But anyway, I think we'll do him 3-1, and at their place, I really do. I've got full faith in the way the team have pulled together. And the reason I came on is I wanted to talk about the Botman thing, because I love Dan Burn, and I personally, and it's going to be controversial this, but I would play Burn and Botman, even though Cher has done nothing wrong and played out of his skin and scores screamers and everything. But I think we're missing a trick if we don't get Botman bedded in now with at least a full game before City, because when we come up against City with the pace they've got in the front line, we will get found out without Botman. With Botman, we've got more of a chance, in my opinion, because he reads the games quick. I sat behind him on that the second friendly, so I literally was like second row. As you look from the Gallagher to the left hand side, so all I seen was Botman's ass for one of the.
Yeah, man.
And he was absolutely mint, and he read the game. His passing's amazing. He never bottled it. He doesn't have that, that sheer panic. He doesn't have that. He'll have a mistake in him at some point, but he doesn't look like he's got a mistake in him. You know what I mean? And I think that if we could get Botman in now, even though it's going to be harsh against whether it would be Burn, but if we don't get him in for that Man City game, I think we're struggling against City, because I think they've got too much pace against Sherham and Burn for me.
That's fair
Come
enough.
at me, shippers.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. I mean,
no, it's all about opinions.
Regardless, exactly, Sam. And go on, Sam. Brighton against Newcastle. What's going to happen to that game?
Well, and now Brighton beat Salford United on Sunday, but they're not the Salford United of the old other. I mean, they're not I mean, to be honest, they're not a team that you can't really judge them because they're still crap. To me, I think we're definitely going there. I think we can definitely pick up 3 points against Brighton without doubt, because we at the back we're a lot more drilled defensively, and it's just a case of if we get our chances, we'll take them, because we took 2 on Saturday, but we're quite guilty of we missed more than we took, so that's my only worry. But I definitely think we can go there and get 3 points without doubt. Even a draw at this stage of the season, if you'd say 4 points for the first 6 games, you would gladly take. So either way, if we come away without being beaten, it's a good result, because then we're still going to Man City unbeaten. We're still going with some confidence, and who knows what can happen in that game,
Yeah, I have to agree there. Chip has as well, 100% there. Give us a scoreline on Saturday's game.
I'm just gonna go for 1-1. I think that's their first home game. They'll not want to lose their first home game, and I think it'll be a tighter game than people think. I think Wilson will score for us, and then they'll probably score in the second half. It'll be like a 45 minutes each where both sides dominate the game, and it'll be a draw by a right result.
Yeah, I'll go 1-1 as well, by the way. The reality is, Botman's come 6 months too late. Burn Share has become a class parent. Botman needs to wait. Sorry, Ian. That's
no. I get it. I completely get it. I just think that Botman's the best centre back we've got, and I understand. And for me, it was the same when when Bruno came in. I could not understand how he wasn't playing, because he was so much better. But then you look at what happened last season, and you can't disagree with Eddie, you know. So I'm not a football manager, I'm a football supporter. But in my opinion, I would put him in now because he's so good, you know. And he takes all the pressure off the back line. His passing is Botman's passing is unbelievable. What I've seen in that friendly game, I know it's only a friendly, but it was still a flipping good team.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but it's all opinions, isn't it? And the reality is, it doesn't affect things too much because I look at our team and I'm thinking we're actually pretty good. I'm trying not to swear. We're mint, aren't we? You know, we've actually got even the weakest links in the team are even becoming strong links. You know. So now I'm buzzing with it.
Fair enough. Cool. Luke, you have to come on next week, mate. Jules said that there's always going to be a link on top of the chat, so come on next week, mate. I'll definitely get you on next week, my guy. Pete, Brighton Newcastle, please.
Come on, Newcastle. I think we can get another 3 points. It's possible.
Come on.
I'll be only watching on Saturday, mate, and I'll be only watching on Saturday. So if that's all right, that's all right.
Oh God,
that'd be brilliant, man. So
yeah, sure.
I would be doing me watch along in a minute, like I don't get enough views, and that's not. I played Botman, Burn, and Shah against City. He's going to go for a back three. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm glad that said Burn because I thought it said Bum. I'll play Botman, Bum, and so I thought no.
Not back three yet. No.
You've got back bum on your brain, Chippers. That's what it is, man.
It is.
No, I'm just a bit cross-eyed at the minute.
Big up, man.
Stop smoking,
let's go straight to his man Shu. Your predictions and say again?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're go on.
Go for it. Now, what's the prediction for Saturday's game?
Okay, Brighton. I remember a couple of years ago they beat us at SJP, St James's Park, in the second game of the season. But I watched Brighton against Manchester United. I mean, like, they were better than Manchester United, but I think going there, I can only see us winning once again 2-0. The only two players, in my opinion, from Brighton that can get into our side are Caicedo and Leandro Trossard. So I'd go with the same team that started against Forest, and so 2-0. Joe Willock to get one and Callum Wilson.
Excellent stuff. And Mason, last but not least.
I said on Paul's channel, last night, it'll be a tough game because we know that Brighton beat with their friends from Salford. And if they play well against that shit, well, everybody should play well against them, then we just have to go out and do our best because we know Brighton are a terrific team, especially against that shower shit. And I said on Paul's show last night I'll go with a 1-1. I said Bruno and not Caicedo because Caicedo is an absolute quality midfielder.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to go 1-1 as well, people. I think it's going to be the same tactic. I can't see changes in the team as well. And I'm going to go 1 each as well. And I think Callum Wilson will get that equalising goal late on to make it a point. So I feel like I'm going to wrap up there, guys, because it's nearly an hour and a half. And before we go, I'm going to start with Tony. Where do you find you on your channel, mate? Not your channel. Where do you find you on your socials, mate?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter, guys, down there somewhere, at TonyTooney31. Give me a follow, and I'll follow you back.
Chippers.
As you know, John, Channel 900 from 10 p.m. Monday to 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Hey! Yeah.
On the dirt channels, Chippers on the dirt channels.
Subscription required.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to me, unfortunately, so you have to cough up money to it.
I'd subscribe to your tippers, no problem, man.
Even in the cost of living.
Yeah,
exactly.
Come
Go on,
and
Mason.
people.
Mason.
Mason 4 on Twitter, and I'll follow you back if you send us a request.
Brilliant
Cheers,
stuff.
John.
No problem. His man Shoe. Welcome. Thanks for coming on. And where do you find you, mate?
Sorry?
Where do you find you on your socials or?
Yeah, so before I go on, I put in a disclaimer that I'm not a follower. I don't follow back unless you tell me you want me to follow back. So my Twitter handle is HD_07.
Cool. Fair enough. And PD.
Yep. So all PD products, so YouTube, my Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. So yep, all PD products. So feel free.
There you go. And Ian, where do you find you, mate?
Well, I'm not on Twitter anymore because it's a den of inequity. So I'm not with that anymore. But
who's is that?
Someone needs.
It's just a mate. It's just a friend. It's just a mate. It's just a mate.
John, you dirty man. You dirty brother, John.
Hey, that's
oh
my
It's probably Dan Ashworth.
Yeah. Could be. You never know.
Yeah. Could be Mandy.
It could well be. No, I want to get Mandy to stay on the show. I'd love to get the main man on my show as well.
Rudely interrupted.
Go on, carry on, my guy.
Not on any socials. No followers. I'll drop in and out of here. Definitely, John, because you're a good pal of mine. And yeah, I'm not bothering with Twitter anymore because it's full of knobheads. I'm on Facebook. If anyone's friends with me, Chippers is friends with me. You're friends with me, John. I think I might be friends with other people. I don't know, PD. I might be friends with you. If not, should be. I've met you anyway. I said hello and that. So anyway, yeah. So I'm not that bothered.
Fantastic. Rule 1, phones off. Yeah, I forgot to switch off put on silent, Jules. I'm so sorry, but I mean, I'm going to get a yellow card for that. Thank you very much indeed. Guys, if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. There's socials out there. You know what it is. John Sinclair TV on YouTube. John Sinclair NFC 42. Johnny NFC 42. And just check us out there. It's all out there. If you'd like to super chat for the thanks option after the show, you can do that. And please leave your comments down in the section down below. I'll see you back tomorrow for the match preview with Tony. And I'm going to get a Brighton fan on as well. But guys, thank you so much indeed. I've ordered you guys backstage, and I shall see you tomorrow. And so I'll come with all the comments as well. And until then, guys, it's a goodbye for now.
See you later, everyone.